Welcome back everyone to Pineleaf Plays the Rune-keeper. Today is the first episode since the 12.2 update, so we'll find out if there are any changes in there that affect how I play. I suspect not. Well, first let's take care of these quests. Let's take care of this one first.
Greetings.
With Grimbriar. Since when have outlaws able to afford such things as medallions? Even the constables don't have badges. And who is this sharky fellow anyway? This is very disturbing. Your find seems to suggest an organization that we haven't seen before in these brigands.
Might I take a moment of your time?
I have a spy among the brigands who may be helpful in divining the true nature of this sharky. I will send him a message instructing him to come to a certain hill not far from here. Meet him there and ask him about Sharky and his plans. The meeting place is by a gray rock in a small stand of trees directly north of Bree town. If my spy has no news to share, we will need to find another means of learning Sharky's plans. Alright.
By Durin's beard!
Another blade? He cannot be serious! I am already behind on other work, and now I must forge a new blade for Chief Watcher Grimbriar. Time is precious. Don't give it away for nothing, my father used to say. Lofar cuts himself off. Lost in thought for a moment and continues. Actually, lost my father to brigands a few years back. Wouldn't wish that on anyone. Bah! Give me that hilt. I must be going soft. I'll do it to keep his family safe, but he's going to have to do something in exchange.
Hear me out, traveler.
Now, I'll help this Kenton this way by forging another sword, but with two conditions. The first one is that if the brigand doesn't come around looking for the sword, I get it back. Second, this way gives me a hand and does some of the simpler work I've got piling up around here while I forged a new blade. Here, take these things over to him to work on. The axe needs a new haft, the bellows needs a new leather, and the helm needs to be reshaped and reinforced. Take them over to Kenton and tell him that if he gets it done, then I'm happy with the work. Then we'll call it even on the cost of the two swords. Now, off with you. I've got to get to work on the new blade. There we go. That's actually a pretty good deal. A little bit of mending in return for two swords. Alright, let's see what we got for a present. Rejuvenation potion. And it's a gold day. Little pile of silver scraps. Alright. Not the most impressive find. But the silver certainly will come in handy. 400 silver. Yeah, very handy.
What can I do for you?
Of course I'll do his work for the dwarf. Here, let me see what he has sent. All of these can be easily repaired, but I don't have the materials to do it. Do they ever? I hate to ask you, but could you help me and gather what I need? For the helm, ask Foreman Rosethorn over there for a few iron scraps for reinforcement. The bellows will need some new leather, and I'll wager that the flawless hides of the boards near Bree will suffice. For the axe haft, I need something splendid to set it in. In the past, I've salvaged some small gems from old trinkets I've found near the Boar Hollow to the east. These are small mounds of ruins there, like the barrow stones. If you search through the debris, you might find some suitable trinkets. Now, the reason why he used the word barrow there is because back in the original version of this quest line, the trinkets had to be gathered at... Oh, what do we have here? Oh yeah, of
What
course.
do you need?
Bah! He wants iron straps! Kenton always needs something. He is straining the cost of this project. We have no straps in our stores. Here, take this old pot. He can make straps out of that. Alright. Very well. Now, let's see if we can find a boar and find the air. Now, as I was saying before, originally, you had to go to the Barrel Downs in order to collect those trinkets. So the quest is a lot easier now. That was back in the days when quests sent you far and wide all over the place. So you were constantly going to going way far afield, coming back, doing everything 3 times, and things like that. So they've had a few changes over time. Alright, now let's see here. Whoops! Oops. I didn't want to do that one. Okay, that's how not to fight. Now let me keep target. Okay, I'll target it that way. That's the problem is that when you use the tab and there are many enemies in the area, you wind up tabbing yourself to death. There you go. That's how it's done. Ah, la la. Alright, now I got the phone. Much better. Finish off with the zap and diseased. Minus 20. Well, it doesn't do much to tactical flare since it only affects ranged and melee attacks. So I'm not going to worry about it. Let's get our trinkets and be on our way. That's the problem is like half the boars them have some sort of disease on them. Rabbit or whatever the description is. Okay, so that's all 3 trinkets. It looks like I've got the looks like I have all the hides I need also. So we just need to see about the spy. And he is up this way. I never opened that up. I think that is just the next one of those, level 20. Yep, above Weathertop. Alright, here we go.
I don't know anything. I'm sure.
We must be quick. I think they suspect something. Wait! What's that sound? Look out! Here they come! There we go. Only 2 of them. Used to be a much tougher quest. Alright, and thanks. I hope those notes I've prepared are helpful. I better get out of here. Tell Tell Grimbar I'm done with this business for good. So let us be off to first Grimbriar. Then we can get back to Kenton. Here you go.
Greetings.
This is dire news. I suppose it was too much to expect that it would all turn out the same minor brigand leader's dreams of lordship. Oh, maybe I should read the note. Since Sharky's men have come up from the south and taken over, the local brigands have changed from being common thieves and robbers into something more like a small army. Dirty and ill-equipped though they are, by combining their number, may be stronger than any of the town guards. The Breeland brigands of past times might have been crude and dirty outlaws, but they were still men of Bree for the most part, with relatives in the towns and farms of the region, so they weren't all that inclined to heedless violence. But now, Sharky's men have changed everything. No dissent or squeamishness is permitted, and under their brutal fists, the brigands of the country have become far more dangerous. It seems that Sharky's men are gathering their forces for some important task, and I am afraid they intend no simple thieving. It may be that they mean to take over all of Breeland. I know little of these men from the south. They are almost all ill-favored brutes, but they are well-armed and skilled fighters. They do not trust the native Breeland outlaws with their secrets, but they revere a leader they call Sharky. I am sure that Sharky is not in Breeland, but it may be that he will come soon. Where do these men come from? And where is Sharky now? I do not know this for sure, but I have never traveled beyond Breeland, and I do not know the southerners, but these men sometimes speak of a small place called Isengard. Oh, speak of a place called Isengard. They come from beyond Andrath and maybe far as Dunland. It seems that what I have overheard, that they are rivals with some band they call the Iron Crown. But I know even less than this. So therefore, they're rivals with the Iron Crown. We'll run to the Iron Crown, of course, much later in Angmar. As we could see earlier, as Gorgrim was saying, that the White Hand, which is Sharky's men, will be no match for the Iron Crown. So we'll see over time how this plays out. And now, as you can guess, Sharky is Saruman, which is why the reference to Isengard. Well, I should not blame you for doing what I sent you to do, though it is a pity you did not return with better tidings. I think I know our next step is this action, but it is a grim task, and I'll tell you to perform. And oh yeah, do you want the bracelet? The leggings? Leggings will do.
Would you do something for me?
Now listen here. I am not going to invite the aid of those rangers out of the wild. The men of Bree are capable of defending their own lands from the threats they face, and we will not rely on strange folk for assistance. This information speaks of the captain who led the raid to Dogwood's farm and its current location. We have a chance to strike a telling blow against these brigands and find out more about them. It appears that the leader is established in a camp where I will go to in a moment, and he will give me some notes, or I'm to get something from the brigand. But before I do that, let us see about this sword, or about all these items that we need here. And we'll see what we can do. Ah, there we go.
Greetings.
Ah, good, you've returned. Here, give me those things. While you are away, something terrible has happened. Please, I need your help.
Stay a moment.
Oh, this is terrible. Blake, The brigand captain who wanted the sword came and told me that he knew Nate was dead and that he knew I had something to do with it. I tried to tell him I didn't and I would have another sword for him soon, but he didn't listen. He said that he's taken my daughter, Maribel. If I don't give him another sword and soon, he'll kill her. You must save her. Get the sword back from Lothar, then go to Blake's camp. It's in the Bree fields up north of Dree. I'm sure he'll release my daughter when he sees the sword. Please hurry. Don't know what I'll do if they harm her. You should bring a few seasoned warriors with you. Blake's men are ruthless. It's a small fellowship quest. Yeah. So no, it's not a particularly easy quest to do, and wonder how well it's going, because the problem is you're in the middle of a brigand camp and then you have large numbers of these. It's pretty difficult to kite all over the place unless I clear out the entire camp first, which I guess I could try that. I might make one attempt at it. And I went way too far, didn't I? That's what I get for blabbing. Alright, now the brigands are down this way. Alright, because there's the hideout right up ahead in the stand of trees there. Oh. Kill a couple of the outliers first, so it's not completely necessary. But you always know that whenever you're fighting someone, fighting in an area, it's nice to have the area as clear as possible when you get to the boss, just in case something goes wrong, though frankly I don't think anything's going to go wrong. Of course, if you are prone to kiting like I am doing right here, maybe you do want to go up this phase. Well, that was a bit easy. And back we go. Wait a moment. Did I get some... Yeah, I have some medium hides here, so I better lock that. And here we go. Now, see what he wants. Turn to Chief Watcher first. First we'll talk to Chief Watcher, then we'll handle the door.
How can I be of service?
We have them now. This information proves that this Sharky fellow is intent on establishing a strong foothold in Breeland. It also tells us that their target largest encampment is outside the Vale of Androth and a place west of here that they call Brigand's Watch. The brigand captain there passes orders out to his lieutenants that come directly from Sharky. If we can get those notes...
Might I take a moment of your time?
With your help, we draw ever closer to shutting out this upstart Sharky. We are closing in more and more on this location and the size of his force. We now know that the Brigand's Watch, to the west of here in the foothills of Breeland, is a staging ground for further assaults. The Brigand's captain hands out his orders for Sharky himself to his lieutenants. Likely they are kept somewhere safe, a lockbox on his person. Heard Brigand's Watch. Alright, now, there are 3 quests that I know of in Brigand's Watch. One of them is the one I just accepted. The second one is this one here.
What's the meaning of this?
Those accursed brigands took Thistleway's daughter? This is bad. The sword isn't ready yet, and I know those type of fellows. They won't take no for an answer. They'll kill that girl. You'll have to mount a rescue and free Kenton's daughter. Hurry now, and gather friends. I fear you'll need them to face Blake. Alright. Now this guy...
Would you do something for me?
If you are going to the heart of the brigands' encampment in Breeland, can you search for some goods? Yes, of course. Okay, there are 4 quests there. Because the one I was thinking of is given to you down at Adzo's camp. So therefore, we are going to hold off on doing these quests until after I've taken care of the epic story, because the epic story is going to take me to Buckland. Buckland is going to send me to Adzo's camp, and Adzo is going to eventually send me up to Brigand's Watch. Or, actually, where does he? Well, he is close to Brigand's Watch, so I'll probably be going there anyway, even if Adzo doesn't send me there. But that is all for next time. So, until then, this is Pineleaf Needles, and see you at the next episode of Pineleaf Plays the Rune-keeper.